Hi class, it's really good to see so many of you again, back from last semester, um, when we took our project management classes then. Um, I am sorry that my discussion post is a little bit late this week. On Tuesday I went to the hospital thinking that I was in labor because I am now 37 weeks pregnant. And I thought I was in labor, but it turns out that I just had the flu, so I have been trying to get over the flu for the last couple of days. But jumping into the discussion post, I watched the 12-minute video on YouTube with, what was her name, Amy Stuttgart? Is that it? Amy Hamilton. Close. I had to minimize my camera screen. But I really liked her speech, and perhaps it's because of the fact that I have a baby on the way, and that these are ways that I already think, that death is the end, and it's the end of all of our projects, and just the way that she talks about everything is just really inspiring. And so I want to talk a little bit about what it is that I'm looking for from getting this certificate, the project management certificate. And that is the skills to be able to accomplish my big goals that I have, because I do have big goals, and if we've been in class together before, you might know some of them. And I want to be able to run a non-profit, community-run, multifaceted therapy center that has a lot of different components to it, and I want to get that up and running, and then I want to be an art therapist there. So not only am I taking this project management class or courses for a certificate, I'm also taking behavioral health classes for a certificate, and I'm also in the PHMS cohort. So I am also doing mental health studies and psychology and stuff, so that hopefully I can get all of this situated so that way my life can be up and running. I also, because of her video, now I'm like really wanting to get life insurance on myself and my children, because life can happen at any moment, and I want to be able to just make sure we have that assurance, because that's a scary thought, the thought of having to bury one of your own children. It's a very sad and scary thought, but it's something that realistically happens a lot more than, I don't know statistics on it, but I imagine that it happens a lot more regularly than we assume. Maybe I just watch too much true crime. I don't know. Anywho, the way that I want to leverage this information is, well, I take extremely detailed notes. I don't know if you know that about me, but this is just from the PM Box standard that we had to read this week. That's what these notes are from, and I started the guide notes down here. So I take a lot of the information with me. I write it down, I change the words a little bit, but it's all the same information, and I do that so that way I can reference it in the future. I don't like to feel like I'm not aware of what is going on, and I know my own brain. I have more of a creative brain, but I really want to build this community of like-minded people that have been through similar circumstances in life, and I know in order to do that I need to have detailed notes, so that way in case I ever need to go back and look for something, I have the capacity. So yeah, that is it for my discussion this week. See you soon.